Many have heard of kendo, kali, or lacan, but few have come across the Irish stick fighting of Bataireacht. Irish stick fighting, or Bataireacht, or even Bata, is not just a martial art, it's a story of resilience, survival, and cultural pride. Over centuries, it has evolved from a rural practice to a modern symbol of Irish identity, standing tall as a testament to Ireland's indomitable spirit. Today, let's explore its roots, techniques, cultural impact, and the people who continue to preserve this incredible tradition. Irish stick fighting traces its roots back hundreds of years. The Irish people, known for their resourcefulness and courage, often carried wooden staffs or cudgels for self-defense. In a time when iron and steel were scarce, a well-crafted stick was an accessible and practical weapon. The shillelagh, the iconic tool of Bataireacht, became the centerpiece of this martial tradition. Crafted from hardwoods like blackthorn or oak, the shillelagh wasn't just a weapon, it was a walking aid, a tool for everyday life, and a symbol of status. Over time, these sticks were modified to enhance their effectiveness in combat, sometimes weighted at the top, and even had molten lead poured into the hollow handle to give extra force to strikes. During the 18th and 19th centuries, Ireland's rural communities were often embroiled in faction fights, mass brawls involving rival families, clans, or social groups. These gatherings weren't random acts of violence, but deeply rooted in tradition and societal norms. Fights might break out during fairs, weddings, or other social events, often stemming from old grudges or territorial disputes. Bataireacht techniques were on full display during these faction fights. Combatants used their shillelaghs with precision, aiming to incapacitate rather than kill. These fights followed unwritten codes of honour, where skill and bravery were celebrated. Young men were trained under seasoned fighters, learning not only how to wield the shillelagh, but also the importance of restraint and respect. The 19th century brought challenges for Irish traditions. Under British rule, Ireland faced severe cultural suppression. Laws were introduced to disarm the population, making it illegal for Irish people to carry weapons, including shillelaghs. To adapt, the shillelagh was disguised as a walking stick, allowing its use to persist in secret. This period also saw the decline of faction fighting. With the rise of modern weapons and the enforcement of British rule, public brawls became less common. By the early 20th century, Bataireacht had nearly faded into obscurity. However, its essence lived on in rural communities where it was quietly passed down through generations. At its core, Bataireacht is a system of strikes, blocks, and counters. The techniques emphasize fluid movements, using the shillelagh to control distance and deliver powerful blows. Key elements include the guard position, where fighters hold the shillelagh close to the body, ready to strike or block. Overhead strikes, delivered with force, targeting the head or shoulders. Sweeps and hooks, used to disarm or unbalance opponents. And footwork, where quick, nimble movements allow fighters to evade attacks and counter effectively. Unlike many modern martial arts, Bataireacht was not standardized. Each region or family might develop its own style, influenced by local traditions and needs. The 20th century saw a growing interest in preserving Irish cultural heritage. This movement extended to Bataireacht, as historians and martial artists worked to recover its lost techniques. Organisations like Rinse and Bata Betha, Dance of the Whiskey Stick, began documenting and teaching the art, blending traditional methods with modern training approaches. Today, Irish stick fighting is practiced worldwide. It has found a place in martial arts schools, cultural festivals, and even stage performances. Practitioners view it not just as a fighting style, but as a living connection to Ireland's past. Beyond combat, the shillelagh holds a deep cultural significance. It symbolises Irish resilience, resourcefulness and pride. In folklore, the shillelagh is often depicted as a tool of justice, used by heroes to defend the weak and uphold honour. Irish stick fighting also embodies the spirit of community. In rural Ireland, it was as much about camaraderie as competition. Even today, gatherings of Bataireacht enthusiasts foster a sense of shared heritage and mutual respect. The image of the shillelagh wielding Irishman has made its way into films, literature and art. While sometimes reduced to stereotypes, these depictions highlight the enduring fascination with Irish stick fighting. Modern media has also embraced the art, with choreographers incorporating Bataireacht into action scenes and period dramas. As interest in traditional martial arts grows, Bataireacht stands poised for a bright future. Its adaptability and rich history make it appealing to a wide audience, from martial artists seeking new challenges to cultural enthusiasts exploring their roots. Schools and practitioners continue to innovate, creating opportunities for people worldwide to learn and appreciate this unique art. Irish stick fighting is more than a martial art. It's a story of survival, adaptation and pride. From its roots in ancient Ireland to its resurgence today, it reflects the resilience of the Irish spirit. By preserving and practicing Bataireacht, we honour the generations who carried it forward, ensuring that its remarkable tradition thrives for years to come. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the history and evolution of Irish stick fighting. Don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into martial arts and cultural heritage. Let's keep these traditions alive together.